Once upon a time, there was a village where people lived very happily. One day, there was a fire in this village for some reason. The fire was very dangerous and it was slowly increasing. Now chaos spread in the village due to the fire, and people started running here and there to save their lives. All the people were scared, and no one had the courage to put out the fire. That's why all the people were running from there. A sparrow was sitting on the tree watching all this. After some time, the sparrow thought for a while and then filled its beak with water and started throwing it into the fire. The sparrow used to fill its beak with water and throw it on the fire. Then suddenly a child's eye fell on this sparrow. He stopped for a while and started looking at the sparrow. And then slowly, all the villagers started seeing the sparrow. All the villagers were surprised to see that the sparrow filled some water in its beak and threw it on the fire. And it was trying to put out the fire again and again, while we are running away from our house. Seeing this sparrow, the villagers got very excited, and all of them started putting out the fire together. A crow was watching all this happening. The crow said to the sparrow that the fire will not be extinguished by doing all these things. So the sparrow said to the crow that my throwing water will not put an end to the fire, and I don't know whether my water will do anything or not. But whenever there is talk about this fire, my name will be taken in those who tried to extinguish this fire. The sparrow then said to the crow that I am one of those who work and not of the spectators. Friends, this small story tells us a big thing that you will never know what you can do until you try. Most of the great things in the world have been done by those people who never thought that we can do it or not, but they tried, took actions, and wrote their name in the history. Once upon a time, there lived a woodcutter in a village. The woodcutter was very poor but honest. He used to cut wood from the forest and sell it in the market. One day, when the woodcutter was cutting wood by a river in a forest, suddenly the axe slipped from his hand and fell into the river. The woodcutter was worried because he did not even know how to swim. The woodcutter was thinking that if he does not cut wood today, where will the money came from? Now that woodcutter was sat under a tree and started thinking of taking out the axe. After some time, a good man passes through the forest, and when that good man sees the woodcutter worried, he come to him and ask, "What happened to you, son? Why are you worried?" The woodcutter told him that I am a woodcutter, and when I was cutting wood, my axe fell into the river. I don't even know how to swim, and if I go home empty-handed today, my children will go to bed hungry. The good man said to the woodcutter that I can help you, but if I give you an axe, you will cut down many trees. Then the woodcutter said, You are thinking wrongly. I am not that kind of woodcutter who cut trees, but I cut the woods that falls down from the trees. That's why I have to enter the forest so much. While the other woodcutters cut the trees near the village. Even after hearing this, the good man did not believe the woodcutter. But still he said to the woodcutter, "Okay, I will give you your axe." After saying this, the good man jumped into the river and took out a golden axe and asked, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter saw the axe and said, "It's not my axe." The good man again went to the river and brought out a silver axe and said, "Take this your axe." The woodcutter said, "This is not my axe." Now that good man again went to the river and brought out an iron axe and said, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter was very happy to see the axe and said, "Yes, this is my axe." The good man wanted to see whether the woodcutter was telling the truth or lying about cutting wood. But the woodcutter was very honest and he was telling the truth. That's why the good man gave both golden and silver axe to the woodcutter. Friends, from the story we get this lesson that if someone is honest and does his work honestly, then he has no need to worry in any situation because Allah also helps the honest man. Once upon a time, a flock of vultures flying in search of prey reached on Iceland, which was surrounded by the sea. When the vultures land on the Iceland, they find that there are many fish and other small animals here, and it is very easy to hunt them. They think that here we are also not in any danger from any big predator or animal. So those vultures eat frogs, fish and crabs on this island. And for 2 days, all those vultures started liking this place, and none of them wanted to leave that place because they did not have to do work hard. They were getting all their food on this island by not doing any work. All the vultures were enjoying very much on that island. Then an old vulture asked them to go back. But none of the vultures wanted to leave the island. For this reason, this old vulture was refused by the other vultures to go back. The old vulture explained them a lot, but none of them was agreed to go back. Now, that old vulture leave this island alone. By the time the old vulture returned to the island after about 2 years, the sight of the island had become very grim and painful. Everywhere he looks, vultures' dead body and some injured vultures. Seeing this, the old vulture was surprised and he asked an injured vulture that, "Who made you in such a condition?" This injured vulture said that, "After you left, we were living a fun life on this island. But suddenly, one day, a big ship came to this island, and many leopards came out of this ship. As soon as we saw these leopards and tried to fly, we were not blown away due to our heavy weight. That's why these leopards started hunting us. I now understand that after going into a comfort zone, it is very difficult to come out of it. And if any difficulty comes, it becomes very difficult to face it." Friends, we get a great lesson from this story is that people who think comfort zone is good, later the same comfort zone becomes difficult for them. But the people in whose life difficulties keep coming are actually the people who are alive. And as long as you continue to face adversity, you will continue to move forward in life. Because only difficulties takes us forward in life. Once upon a time, there is a small village between two mountains, in which there lived a young boy named Sam. Sam was known for his adventurous spirit and of his knowledge. However, he was often discouraged by the challenges he faced. One day, as Sam was wandering through the forest, he stumbled upon an old man sitting by a fire. Sam approached that old man and asked, "What are you doing here?" The old man smilingly replied, "I am a storyteller, young boy. I travel from village to village, sharing tales of wisdom and courage." Eagerly, Sam asked the old man to tell him a story. The old man nodded and began. Long ago, there was a mighty eagle who lived on the top of mountains. Every day, the eagle would soar through the skies, its majestic wings spanning wide. One day, a heavy storm came, and it destroyed the eagle's nest. The eagle fearlessly faced the storm and went to found a new home for himself. After some days, the eagle found a new nest. This nest is more stronger and more resilient than before. Through its unwavering determination, the eagle taught us the importance of facing the problems with courage. No matter how heavy the storm is, if we have the courage to keep going, we will emerge stronger than ever. As the old man finished his story, Sam felt a newfound sense of determination burning with him. He realized that, like the eagle, he too could overcome any obstacle with courage. The moral of the story is that life is full of challenges, but it is our response to them that defines us. With determination and courage, we can overcome any obstacle and emerge stronger than before. Once upon a time, a boy went to an old man. The boy was very worried in his life because all the responsibilities of his house were on him. For this reason, he could not give himself much time because he used to work day and night. He did not give time even to his friends and family. All his friends used to go for a picnic, but he could not go. Because of this, his happiness was lost, and he did not even know when he had laughed for the last time, because he was very busy in his work, due to which his health was also deteriorating. So one day the boy goes to an old man and tells him all these things. The boy says, "I am getting very worried. I am not even giving time to myself. And when I think of giving myself some time, I remember my responsibilities. I am going to be a mad. Please tell me a way to get rid of all this." So the old man tells the boy to come to the river next day. When the boy goes to the river next day, he finds the old man already waiting for him. So the boy says to the old man that, "Tell me what to do." The old man says that, I will tell you, but for this, we have to go to the other side of the river. I mean, after going to the other side of the river, I will tell you what to do. The boy did not understand him, but still he says, let's go. But at the same time, the old man said that it is not like that. We will go to the other side of the river only when the water of the river dries up, when the land of the river will start to show. Then we will walk through the river and cross it to the other side. The boy looked at the old man and said, what are you saying? Because the water of the river may never dry up and we will never be able to go to the other side. While saying this, the boy understood that what the old man was trying to say. The old man looked at the boy and said with a smile, this is what I wanted to explain you, that you are thinking the same thing, that when all my responsibilities are over, I will enjoy. And this can never be happen because responsibilities will never end. Now the boy fully understands that whether one is rich or poor, everyone has some responsibilities. But they take some time out of these responsibilities and enjoy it. And this is called life. Friends, we get a great lesson from these stories that life is very short and time is very fast. So we should enjoy every moment of life because we don't know if that time will come back. Once upon a time, a deer was wandering in search of water in the forest. He was very thirsty, but he was not getting water from anywhere. After wandering a little more in the forest in search of water, she went and sat down under a tree. After a while, she hears the sound of water. So the deer gets up from under the tree and immediately goes towards the sound of water. In a short while, there is a big river in front of her. As soon as she sees the river, she is very happy. She immediately runs to drink the water from the river. As she lowers her head to drink water, her eyes fall on her right. As soon as she looks into her right, she sees a hunter. Then suddenly she looks at her left and sees a lion hiding behind the trees. The deer gets scared and looks behind it. Then it sees a fire which is slowly moving towards it. Now even if the deer goes, where will it go? All the ways of her escape were blocked. The deer thinks that trouble has come from all around. So when I have to die, why don't I die after completing my work? So just thinking about this, the deer starts drinking water. Soon as the deer was drinking water, it started raining. That rain extinguishes the fire, and because of the rain, the hunter's arrow accidentally hit the lion. So the lion's eye falls on the hunter, and lion follows him. Then as soon as the deer raises its head after drinking water, it looks into its right, and it doesn't see the hunter. So when the deer looks at its left, it doesn't see the lion as well. And when it looks back, it sees the fire extinguished. We get a great lesson from these stories that when there are problems in a person's life, then there are problems from all around, due to which everyone is afraid and panic. So you don't have to be afraid or panic in such situations. Because deer also had many ways. It may run away and jump into the water, or become a prey to a lion or a hunter. But it did not do anything like that and just focus on its work. Soon all its problems disappeared by themselves. That's why we should not be afraid of problems. We just have to focus on our work. Problems will disappear by themselves. Once upon a time, there was a king. One night, the king saw a dream. He sees in his dream that all his teeth are falling out one by one. Now, when that king wakes up in the morning, he is worried. He calls the dream teller in the palace. After hearing the king's complete dream, the dream teller tells the king that the meaning of your dream is that all your family members will die before your eyes. After hearing this, the king gets very angry and locks the dream teller in the jail. The next day, the king calls another dream teller to the palace and asks him to tell the meaning of his dream. The dream teller smiles and tells the king that the meaning of your dream is that you will be the oldest in your family. The king is very happy to hear this answer and rewards the dream teller with many coins. Friends, both these dream tellers had the same meaning, but the way of saying it was different. The words were different. Also, if you have the right way of speaking and you have the right words, you can turn the negative thing into a positive one. Just like that, a blind man was sitting on the road and begging. A bowl was placed next to him, and on a piece of paper he wrote that, "I am blind, give me some money," but people used to give him little money. Once a wise man noticed that blind man. The wise man goes to the blind man and says to him, "Can I write something else on the paper?" The blind man said, "Yes." So the wise man turned the paper over and wrote another line on it and left. After all this, everyone started putting more money into the blind man's bowl. And he had as much money in one day as he used to have in a week. When the wise man came to the blind man in the evening, the blind man asked him that, "What did you write on the paper that people gave me so much money?" The wise man smilingly replied to him that, "Earlier it was written that I am blind, give me some money. I erased it and wrote, how beautiful today is, which you can see with your eyes but not me." Friends, it is nice saying that. Don't speak so much that people wait for you to stop, but speak a little and speak in such a way that people want to listen to you. Once upon a time, a failed man goes to a successful man. The special thing about the successful man he goes to is that whatever he started, he succeeds in it. That's why the failed man asked him that, "What's the reason behind your success?" "Because I also want to become successful in my life." Now hearing this, the successful man tells him that, "I have learned to be successful from unsuccessful and failed people." That failed man was surprised. He said that, "How can one learn to be successful from failed people?" Then this successful man smilingly replied to him that, "This is the truth. I have learned to be succeed from failed and unsuccessful people. This is a method of success that many successful people like me apply in their lives." Hearing this, the failed man said, "How can I learn from unsuccessful people?" The successful man asked him that, "First you tell me how you failed." The failed man told him that, I used to be a rich man too. But to be more successful, I made a company. But to be successful quickly, I made another company in the same year, in which I had also invested my remaining money. I started two companies in haste, but I could not give proper time to both. Then, after some time, both my companies went bankrupt. I could turn the losses from both companies into profits, but I did not have any money left to cover those losses. That's why I am a failed person today. After hearing this, the successful man said to him that there were two reasons for your failure. The first reason was that you started both companies in the same year, due to which you could not give proper time and attention to any company. And the second reason was that you invested all the money in your companies, and when you lost, you did not have a single money left to avoid it. The failed man said, "It is true." The successful man said to him that, "Then what have you learned from your failure?" The failed man said, "How could I learn from my failure in the end? If I had succeeded, I would have learned a lot." That's when the successful man said that you have not learned anything from your failure. That's why you are still a failed person today. And I can be successful today by learning from unsuccessful people like you. I learned from the mistakes made by unsuccessful people, and don't let those mistakes happen in my life. This is the biggest secret of my success. Friends, from this story we get this lesson that we can learn from successful people what should we do in our life. And from unsuccessful people we can learn what not to do. Because what not to do is also very important. It is nice saying that success is not about making the right moves. It is about eliminating the wrong ones. Once upon a time, there lived a farmer. The farmer was very fond of rearing animals. He already had many buffaloes. From buffalo's milk, he used to run his household. One day, the farmer also kept a rabbit and a monkey in his house. After a long day, the farmer decided to play with the monkey and the rabbit. The farmer dug many small holes in his field. Then he closed all the holes by putting mud on them. And in one of the holes, the farmer hid a carrot. Now the farmer asked the monkey and the rabbit to find the carrot. The rabbit was very intelligent and he had firm belief in himself. He started digging holes one by one and started looking for the carrot. But on the other hand, the monkey was very negative and lazy. He thought that there are so many holes in the field and the carrot was in one of them. Who can find so much? That monkey went to one of the holes and fell asleep. Now the rabbit was searching for the carrot with all his effort. One by one, the rabbit saw all the holes except the one on which the monkey was sleeping. But he did not find the carrot. Now, the rabbit went to the monkey and asked him to get up from the hole. As soon as the monkey rises from the hole, the rabbit pulls out the carrot and gave it to his master. The monkey is surprised
to see the carrot in the hole above which he was sleeping. If he only digs once and looks at it, he will find the carrot, and he would become very important in the eyes of his master. Thinking this, the monkey was regretting what he had done. Friends, we get 3 great lessons from this story. The first lesson is that we should never think negatively about our work. As the monkey thought that there are so many holes in the field, and how will he know in which hole the carrot is? Thinking this, he made his work very big for himself. The second lesson we get from this story is that we should make at least a little effort, because unless we try, God will not support us. If the monkey had dug only the hole he was sleeping on, he would have found the carrot, but he did not try at all. And the third lesson we get from the story is that we should not give up too soon. Now, we don't know in which year we will get success in our work. It may be 2030, 2040, or even 2050. But we will get success only if we work hard with positive thinking and will not give up. I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, please comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Once upon a time, there lived a farmer. The farmer planted a bamboo tree in his yard. He watered it every day. But to his surprise, nothing happened for the first year, not even a single sprout. The farmer was very disappointed but not discouraged. The farmer continued to water the plant for the second year, but still there was no growth. The third and the fourth year passed, and the farmer persisted watering the plant every day, but there was no sign of growth. In fifth year, the bamboo tree began to sprout, and within 6 weeks, the bamboo tree grew up to 90 feet. The farmer's consistency and patience had paid off. What is remarkable is that the bamboo tree was not actually growing above the ground for the first 4 years. Instead, it was developing a strong root system, preparing for the rapid growth that would eventually come. The moral of the story is that consistency is the key to success. Just like the farmer, we should also start with a clear goal, commit to daily effort, and persist through challenging times. Remember, small actions today may not yield immediate results, but with consistency, patience, and dedication, you will lay the foundation for remarkable growth tomorrow.